This is Maria Aguiar. I'm a graduate student at Kutztown University. I am interviewing Dr. Gomez on May 3rd at the Rohrbach Library here on campus, and the interview is being recorded as part of the Inclusive Future Faculty Initiative sponsored by the Frederick Douglass Institute Collaborative of Pennsylvania State System of Higher Education.
It's a mouthful.
Yes. Okay. So let's begin. I'm just going to ask you a few opening questions. Can you please tell me what your full name is?
My name is Stephanie Gomez.
Okay. And what is your department here at Kutztown?
Well, I'm the Information Literacy Librarian here at the Rohrbach Library.
Okay. And what do you do here exactly?
I'm the Information Literacy Librarian, so I do a lot of information instruction. I also do reference services. I've been developing a flipped information literacy program, so where I'm developing digital modules of information literacy, so that entering students will get that, and then I'll come into the classroom and they'll be able to participate in kind of active learning activity. And then hopefully they'll know more, and they'll actually learn the stuff that we're trying to go in. Because usually when we go in, we'll go in just for one class period, and we're supposed to teach them everything about everything in like 40 minutes, and it just doesn't really work.
Right, yes. Okay, all right, great. And how long have you been employed here?
Just since January.
Okay, since January, all right. So what made you choose this path?
Well, I've been in libraries for a long time. I just recently got done with my dissertation, and so I was looking for work, and I knew that I didn't want to be a straight-up professor, and libraries, I've always been in libraries, and so this was kind of perfect for me because a lot of my research also looks into information literacy.
Okay, awesome. And was there any point along your journey on this path where you felt discouraged? If so, can you describe?
Along the middle of my doctoral program, I knew that I didn't want to be a professor, and so that I kind of felt a little bit aimless, and I'd already put in so much work into it. And so I quit for a little bit, and then I had kids, and my professor asked me to come back, and I came back and I finished.
Okay.
So
awesome.
I didn't want to, all that work I put into it, I didn't want to lose that, yeah.
Okay. And how come you didn't want to be a professor?
I would say I'm more of a researcher, and I like to go in the class. I've taught classes, and I like to go in the classroom, and I really like to work with students, but I'd say I like to work with students more one-on-one. I like to do research. I like kind of the planning aspect, but to go in every day, it just, I don't know.
It's not you.
Yeah, I like the difference of every day, and that would be very, I don't know, very structured.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's great. Okay. So what is a day in the life of your profession like? So daily duties, what do you do from when you get in to when you leave?
Okay, well today, let's see. Today you start out by answering emails, and right now we are planning an event for a scholar who does work on a Harlem Renaissance poet, and so the event is going to be next semester. So all this week I've been contacting English professors and saying, will you take her to dinner? Will you have her in your class? So a lot of that this week has been about planning that event. I'm also developing the digital modules, so we are in the process of making storyboards. So I'm writing copy for it, so just sitting at my desk writing a lot. We have meetings, and then you'll go into the meeting, spend about an hour discussing this project or that project. But most of the day I really spend here. Part of the day I'm at the reference desk, and we do chat services.
Oh, okay.
So we'll meet one-on-one with students and also online. That pretty much covers. I really work at my desk a lot. I do a lot of writing. Yeah.
All right. Okay. What is your favorite part about this job?
Kind of the non-structured nature of it and the kind of openness to pursue what interests me. I came in and I'm an information instruction librarian, but they were very open to my ideas and open to kind of letting me pursue what I wanted. And that's been great. Yeah, I just got a grant and
oh, okay.
And so yeah,
nice.
it's been great.
That's great. Okay, and what is your least favorite part of the shop?
Well, I'm a temporary faculty member, so I don't. So I have the status of assistant professor, but I don't. I'm not on the tenure track. So that's kind of what comes next kind of thing. So I would say that is the kind of tenuous nature of my position. Yeah.
Okay. And what are some challenges you face in your job?
Challenges. Well, I had not done this job before, so learning the job, learning how to do information literacy instruction. Was mostly a researcher, I'd say, before this. So learning to do that, developing a curriculum, deciding how I wanted to teach, what my teaching philosophy was. These were challenges. How I wanted to spend my time, how I wanted to build my research.
Okay. And let's see, how did you overcome these challenges?
Doing a lot of research.
Doing a lot of research. Okay. Awesome. Okay.
And talking to the people here, asking them how things were done in the past. Coming in new, you have the fact that you haven't done this before, and so that is actually good because you're not like kept in by the institutional nature of everything is done this way. Right. But also then you can also learn from everyone about how things are done. So it's kind of like a nice in between place. Yeah.
Awesome. And well, you said you were working on some projects, and okay. So what is most meaningful to you about this job?
Most meaningful, that I can do research, that I can do instruction, that I can work with students one-on-one. All these things are really important to me.
Okay.
That I leave my job and I'm like, yes. That is very, very important.
No, it certainly is. Definitely. Do you think it's important for more underrepresented minorities to become professors or staff, faculty of any higher education institution?
Absolutely. I mean, there really isn't a lot of representation, and a lot of times I think institutions have a diversity idea, so we got to get a couple bodies in here, right? Mm-hmm. But I think inclusion is much more important. The actual processes of, okay, we've brought these people in here, and now how do we listen to their voices? How do we make sure they're included? Yeah,
absolutely. And last question. If you could say one word that describes your experience in your current job, what would it be?
Revelation.
Okay.
I didn't know that this was going to be the perfect job before I got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that I wanted to be an academic librarian, even though I knew that this was a job that I could do, and that it was kind of perfect in a on paper sort of way, but I didn't know when I got into it that it would fit so well.
Okay. I really like that word. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate your time.
Oh, of course.
Thank you again.
Okay. Of course, anytime I'm here.